Okay, I'm afraid the copies of the letters that I have, which you have attached in the letter, inviting me today. It's a letter dated 30th August 2023 by Reverend Mutuma Ntoibingia. With the reference that the title being lack of facilitation of the office of the Deputy Governor since April 2023. And the second one is failure to be invited for Meru County Executive Cabinet meeting and or any other official events. So I don't have any information as to the two. And in any case, I was here to respond to these issues. Yes. Chair, respectively, and I believe that letter, the second last paragraph, talks about that since the County Assembly by law is mandated to oversight the County Executive, I hereby write to this Honorable House through your office to seek clarity whether the Office of Deputy Governor is entitled to any facilitation and seek your indulgence to ensure facilitation is accorded timely and adequately. The second one.
I think we are in the same point of facilitation. And that's
yes.
I was talking about. We were talking about facilitation. It can be facilitation in terms of the personnel. It cannot be facilitation in terms of the money supported. So now at this particular time, I'm just narrowing myself to the facilitation in terms of personnel.
Okay.
Because according to the DICKSON, is not facilitating with the personnel to assist in getting those mandates.
In the
so now that's point of personnel facilitation. We shall go to the other one, but I'm just now narrowing myself in the facilitation in terms of personnel.
I think it's talking about zero budget. It's not about personnel, Chair. And I would really want to appear before you to respond to questions that are put before me. I mean with notice. I should have been given at least notice to know that I'm here to respond to issues of personnel, not issues of the budget in terms of, because the letter itself, it is in black and white, it's talking about is operating with zero budget. It's not talking about personnel here.
Yes. I'd like you to tell us or explain what the one facilitation means, or whether there's categories of facilitation, because he's not broken, he should understand that one. So let him tell us what we don't know about.
Yeah. Yes. I don't think that in our court, we are going to hear about the answer. So I don't see any need to hear about
So respond to that first. Let him respond to that and then
before we get to that.
yes. I hope you are noting those concerns.
Yes, I am noting.
And here we are trying to address, in terms of the staff, we are addressing the issue of the DG, the DG. Are you trying to tell us that you are not aware that there is this with the staff? And that is why you only want to know the procedures and the way. It's as simple as that.
Thank you, but I'm afraid the reason why this letter was sent to me with the attachment is to enable me prepare to appear before you on whatever issues that were tabled at the assembly and then committed to the committee. And that is the reason why to the deputy governor.
Now, this particular matter, I will believe you need to be cooperative and not play the legal jargons and play around with semantics and stuff like that. The issues we are handling here are very simple issues. They don't need to be as complicated as you want them appear. I am sure, and unless you're not keen at your work, I am sure you've had issues concerning the driver to the deputy governor having allegedly resigned. And when they appeared before this committee, there is even a copy of the purported resignation letter of the driver, of the purported copy of resignation letter for the personal assistant to the deputy governor of Meru County. Even before we touch on the matters of lack of facilitation and failure to be invited to the executive cabinet meetings, even before we come to handle those weighty matters, that is why the chair decided to begin with a matter that is not as weighty as pertains the issue of facilitation in terms of money and exclusion from cabinet meetings. Therefore, Waziri, the question from the chair was simple. One, are you aware that the personal assistant to the deputy governor of Meru County resigned? That is number one, because there is even the purported resignation letter. Number two, are you aware of resignation from work by the driver to the deputy governor of Meru? And the other question that the chair directed to you is, if one resigns, do they receive letters of dismissal from work, and do they still do official transactions with the government in terms of correspondences? So let us go directly to the questions that you are asked so that we move. Because now if you play around and tell us now to stick to the content of the letter that was sent, unless you want to tell us every question you are to be asked by this committee should have been written to you. And I don't think that is how we should proceed. So I'm asking you to be cooperative so that we move forward.
Thank you so much. I think Waziri is very much cooperative, and that is why he is here, and that is why even he has agreed to be on oath on whatever we are saying. To add to what my vice is saying, the letters apparently, and why I chose that is because the letters that came from the chief of staff were copied to you. And I don't know, maybe we need to get some copies so that you can give him the copies for the letters if he has not seen. Because for us, we are just asking the procedure. You did not read the letter, so we could not ask you. We just asked what is the procedure of handling the employees' dismissal. Just for us to be able to talk about it. What is the procedure and what is the requirements probably. I'm thinking that he doesn't have these letters. Somebody can do some copy and furnish him. They are copying to his office. Maybe he has not carried it. Yeah. Since he has not carried it,
I will run the copies for him.
yeah, get these copies.
You can run even 3.
Yeah. Get those copies so that you can see they have been copied to him. And also for the driver. For the PA. Imeenda pia. So maybe you can tell us really the process of handling the employees dismissal.
The process of handling employees dismissal?
Yes.
Goes through the CHIRAC and the DIMAC.
The what?
There is a committees, departmental committees.
Yes.
And then there is the County Human Resource Committee that handles such disciplinary issues. Yes.
Okay.
Then did these two go through that process?
I would love to comment when I have seen the letter. That's why they're making a copy. I have not, myself, it has not been brought to my attention.
Okay.
And that is why I don't want to respond to it unless and until I see it.
Are you by any chance aware that the DG does not have any PA and the driver? Are
No,
you aware?
I am not aware.
Okay.
Yes.
But even from the media and when we summoned him or when we invited him last week, did you hear him, because he is your boss, did you hear him confess on those matters that we are questioning you about?
No, I did not. I was not present. I did not hear him.
Okay.
Yes.
But have you seen any letter, because you are in charge of public service and administration? Have you seen any correspondence from either the personal assistant or your boss himself, or even heard rumors that, as pertains to the issues of resignation of the driver and the personal assistant?
I haven't.
You haven't?
Yes.
Now, have you heard or seen or come across the issue pertaining reorganization of offices, where your boss was moved from his office to the annex side of the county government buildings?
Yes, I have.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
Yet, you have not heard about issues pertaining staff under the office of the Deputy Governor.
Yes, I have heard that because about the reorganization, because it affected me, and a letter was copied to my office. Yes.
I would like you to have a look at those resignation letters.
The acknowledgement. Because what the letters that we are having here are the acknowledgement of resignation letters. And the people we are talking about here, they have acknowledged that they never wrote any resignation letters whatsoever.
Okay, the letters that I have here, the copies, they are resignation letters. One from Paul Kamati Kaumbudhu, dated 19th March 2023. It's copied to other offices, not copied to my office. The other one,
Copied to the head of public service?
that's the county secretary,
Oh, that's the county
not my office.
Awesome. Okay.
And being a part of the public administration, because you're, by law you're supposed to be the head, to be handling the matters of legal affairs and public service and administration.
Yes.
What happens in government, and I'm aware you attend the cabinet meetings, unless you are also, just like the deputy governor, excluded from the cabinet meetings. These matters have never come to your attention or the attention of the cabinet?
No.
Not yet.
No, we don't handle, at the cabinet level, we don't handle employees' issues, for instance, a resignation letter and such. Yes.
When these two appeared before this committee, Banawaziri, both denied to have written any resignation letter. They denied to have written any resignation letter. And number two, they says, and I quote them, that this could be, these letters may have been forged just to eject them out of office. And I would like you to have a look at the resignation letter for Paul Kamati Kaumbudhu. Kindly have a look at it. It bears a stamp, and it says it was received on 19th May. Look at the stamp on top. Far right.
I don't have that resignation letter.
You don't have that resignation
No, I
letter?
realized what I have
Eh,
is a letter from the chief of staff,
That is the same letter we
Chamba
are referring to.
acknowledging.
it is the same. It is the same letter.
Okay.
We are talking about. Is that it is even stamped the date that it was received. You still don't have it?
I have the letter from Chamba.
Yes, yes.
I do.
Now, this is to acknowledge the receipt of your letter. That is the content, right?
Yes.
Dated 17th May 2023.
3.
Okay? Now, this letter that Chief of Staff talks about was dated 17th May 2023. Then it was received on 19th May based on the stamp that is bearing on that letter. But
March.
this letter seems to be again dated. There's another date, 19th March 2023. How, because we're asking these questions because you're
From
part of the
legal
government and you are
From a
the
legal
one who is
background.
supposed to advise the government on legal matters. How can this letter have been both dated 19th and 17th at the same time? and one was, the first date is 19th March 2023, but Chamba Mbidi says it was dated 17th May 2023. How can that have happened?
Okay, it will be difficult to be in Chamba Mbidi now, because this is a letter that is done by Chamba Mbidi. But my opinion is that typos happen, because I can see there 19th May, there are two stamps of 19th May 2023.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's talking about a letter dated 17th May 2023. So I would want to believe, though I'm speculating there, that 19th March 2023 is a typo.
Yet, it is hard for you to be Chamba Mbidi.
Yes, I'm speculating. I want to speculate there now because I'm on Chamba Mbidi.
You're only speculating that this could be a typo.
It could be a typo.
But then, being the person handling legal affairs and public service, Bwana Waziri, you're saying this matter never came to your attention, right?
Sure.
It never came to your attention.
Yes.
And also the matter pertaining the driver never came to your attention.
Yes.
Even when the driver complained all over, even went live on media, on mainstream media, to complain that there is a forgery of a resignation letter, still never came to your attention.
Yes, but I
Also,
won't.
Wakili, sorry to cut you short, I came across an issue that was taken to court by Poe Kamati, complaining on the same matter. And I think even the lawyers, I think handled that matter, would like to, I think when he appeared here, he had gone to court, still as the legal affairs and public service officer, it still never came to your attention, even being the legal person in the executive side of the government. Still, it escaped you.
I would want to believe that, one, if the allegation is of forgery, that's a criminal offense in nature. And if the letter was forged, as it is indicated, then there should be, there is a procedure of following up such a forgery and proving such. If the matter is in court by Gekamati, then that won't be sub judice even for us to discuss about it. And I believe even the standing orders, they state the same. If the matter is in court, we cannot discuss about it. But I'm not, to be clear, I've indicated that I'm not aware about that. The matter might be in court, we may not have been served with those pleadings. If we had been served, I would not even want to comment about them. If we had been served, I would indicate that this matter is pending in court, and we respectively allow the court to make a determination, because then it would be prejudicial, any comments that we would make. But if at all it has been filed in court, then we have not been served with the pleadings.
You say that the process of dismissal involves disciplinary committees.
Yes.
So are you trying to tell us that now any dismissal that has not been subjected to that disciplinary committee, we did it as an illegal dismissal?
Sorry?
I'm asking again. The process of dismissal, you indicated that there is a disciplinary committee that deals with issues of discipline.
Yes.
Before maybe the eventual dismissal. So are you now telling us that if someone receives a dismissal letter, and the same as not to be subjected to the disciplinary committee for the approval, are we treating that one as an illegal dismissal?
It will depend on the circumstances.
So what are the circumstances?
If it's a resignation,
Yeah.
then it doesn't have to go through the disciplinary committees. Yes.
Oh, then, and I think for the members who have joined us, you are very much welcome. We are having a discussion with our Waziri for legal, and some of the matter at hand that we are discussing now is under the dismissal process. In the morning, we had a discussion with the PA to the DG's office and the driver, and both of them apparently were given some letters acknowledging their resignation were received the same day. Apparently, a very good coincidence also that they were received, and the both of them on oath saying that they never at any particular time resigned, and the PA has continued to work in the office. He has continued to give correspondences from the office of the DG until on 25th of May, no, not, is it July? I can't remember, August, when he was asked to hand over the keys to the DG's office, which he did not hand over that particular Friday, but by Monday when he came to the office, he found out that the office was, according to him, that the office was broken into and the things were taken to the other office, to the annex office. And I think that is now, that's why we are as a committee. We've really asked them if they were able to resign, if he resigned and he did not hand over any resignation letter as purported from the office of the Chief of Staff, that their resignation letters were received. So, and our Waziri has also acknowledged that he does not know if these two people working in the office of the DG are in office or not. And before you came, we had the issue about the facilitation, because the letters that Waziri have that invited him to the committee were talking of the letters that the DG had written to the county assembly, one on facilitation, the other one was on exclusion to attending the committee, the cabinet meetings. And this committee felt that facilitation does not only include the monies to the DG, but also includes the personnel. And that is why we were first handling the issue about the personnel who are supposed to facilitate the DG to be able to do his work. And that's the matters that we are now handling in this committee at this particular point. So I think we'll continue. If there is another member who has something to say before we can go to the next other issue.
Well, I think the issue that has been identified
yes.
has not been taken place.
Yes.
Because when the CC was explaining about the disciplinary procedures, he mentioned that they have two committees that deal with discipline. I don't remember them, but there are two. Now, Mheshimiwa was asking if any disciplinary action has been taken outside of those disciplinary committees, whether it is illegal. Then he said it depends on the circumstances. Now, I think we need to know those circumstances so that we can know under what circumstances that an employee can be dismissed without being heard through those two disciplinary committees. I think you need to clarify that. Thank you.
Sorry, was that an hypothetical question or not? Because what we are dealing with here is on resignation of 3 employees, isn't it? 2 employees. We're saying that they resigned, and the letters that are, the correspondence is here are on resignation. They are not on dismissals. So is that an hypothetical question as to the procedure or the...
A member has a right to ask a question just for information for future references.
Not even that. We are not treating those ones as resignation. They are purported resignation. Yeah, they are purported because they have really confessed that they never resigned. How can you resign and still, because like the PA has been working after resignation, how do you resign for the entire day and then you continue discharging your mandate unless you are not sane?
And at some point, continue receiving the salary for a number of months if you have resigned. Yes,
Thank you, Madam Chair. Now, if I would like to ask you this, if according to you, the fear and labor side, I would like to ask you, as a CEC public service, have you considered doing replacement to these positions? Because according to you, these positions became vacant after resignation. Because you are saying they resigned according to you. Now, have you considered replacing those officers? Because the DG needs to have a PA and a driver.
Thank you.
so let me first answer on NGUGI, then you answer on the
Okay, on Honorable Mbiuki's, I believe that the committee is sitting as an impartial committee. So then if we already taken a position that these are, they are not resignation, they are purported resignations, and we are indicating that there are letters to that. There are these letters here that we are looking at. The letter indicates that it's a resignation.
Let me make a clarification here. Was it there? Why I'm saying they are purported? Because, like the PA, not even the PA, even the driver, after the purported resignation letters were issued to them, they have been even earning a salary. They have been paid. They have been working. The PA last year got his salary, I think the last salary he got was in June. And the letter is dated when? The resignation letter is dated some few months back. So how do you resign? You are still in the payroll, you still earning, and you are still performing your mandate. So that is why I'm regarding it as purported.
Thank you. Let me respond to that.
Yeah.
Madam Chair.
Okay.
Madam Chair, would you allow me to respond to a question at a time so that I don't? Yeah.
Yes.
Let me respond to that. I lose track.
Yes. And as you respond to Honorable Mbiuki, through your office, would you assist us probably be able to get the original resignation letters of those people who resigned? Because according to them, they never wrote any resignation letter. So if your office would assist this committee be able to get those resignation letters, the original ones, will be very much, we would really appreciate. Maybe you can respond.
Thank you. So I was indicating, like I have sent, you said that the last payment was done in June. They received a salary of lastly in June. These letters are dated 19th May. So it is expected that the salary for the month of May, where they were working, should have been paid in June.
Including the June salary?
Sorry?
Including the June salary, because he received even June salary.
I'm not aware now if he has received. If he has received the June salary.
Yes, proceed. And maybe the issue about you getting for us the original resignation letters, would you assist us? Would it be within your
Yes,
ability?
I would assist.
We'll be very much willing, and we want to have some timelines committee because of the urgency of the issues that we are discussing. And since I'm thinking they are not things to be written, they are already in the files, can they be availed to the committee tomorrow, please?
I cannot commit that they can be availed tomorrow. Yes.
What would make it a little bit difficult, because my assumption is that from here to the HR's office is just like 5 or 10 minutes walk.
From here, I'm attending another committee. I have been summoned by the Labour Committee.
Yes.
Yes.
So from here, maybe in the afternoon.
So by the time that I'm done in the afternoon, I know my hand will be spinning with the amount of questions that are being thrown right, left, and center.
That you cannot be able to.
Then I will not be able to attend.
So when can you commit for us to have this resignation letter?
Give me 7 days.
7 days.
Just to
not-
get a letter, you're not serious? 7 days to go and retrieve a
These
letter
are,
of
these are public
resignation.
documents. These are public documents. We have over 6,000 files for employees.
It's very difficult to...
Sorry?
If it can take 7 days to retrieve a letter from an office, can we say that that office is working effective?
Is your office
In my
effective?
opinion, it is.
Taking
It's
7 days?
reasonable. 7 days is reasonable time. It's a reasonable notice. I believe it's a reasonable notice.
You can delegate that. I think by the time that we leave this office, this meeting, you'll be able to give some guidance as a committee in reference to that.
Not even that,
I-
I work with the government for some years.
And I'm chair.
Every member of staff has it for an own file. So that any correspondence that comes from you, it must be retrieved from your file. Are you trying to say that you don't have personal files for the officers working with the...
And again, he's not the one to do that. Delegating the duties in his office.
I'm sure, Madam Chair,
Yes,
if he takes a phone right now
yes,
and calls the person in charge of the registry,
yes.
we can get that letter in less than 20 minutes. So I don't know, surely, how we can take 7 days to wait for a letter pertaining to an employee.
Madam Chair,
Yeah.
Madam Chair, I think probably, we saw a circular that the employees were supposed to have from in office between 8 and 5, and now probably Council Waziri might be not willing to tell us that he knows by the time he moves out of the presence of this assembly and gets to the office, the employees have already left the office as per the circular. But I don't see how impossible it is, since those officers have been assigned, and if every employee has his own or her own file, then that means even if you give him like 1 hour, that is enough time for us to get those letters. So I think maybe, Madam Chair, you may give us a guidance on this one.
Yeah, I think we're giving a guidance in a short while, but I think by course of business, it is possible to create that letter. It's because even from, if you take a letter from any government office, there's a place where one writes that it has been acknowledged. There's a book, maybe Mheshimiwa knows that, there's a book, a correspondence book, where any letter that is received in any particular office is recorded. So I think through that letter, through that book, it can assist us retrieve that file. Mheshimiwa Morethi?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to assist Waziri in this sense that this is a case scenario. I was working in the county and I resigned. The procedure for resignation, Mr. Waziri, when I tendered my resignation on 9th of February, if at all it's resignation, I was referred to 4 directorates. Director Human Resource, there are so many I cannot recall them, and they would clear me from every department. Do you have a proof of the ones who resigned being cleared from those departments? 2. After I was done with resignation, I was given a book by the former CS Meriti to, what can I call it? Maybe to write down the date I've resigned and from which department. So 2 key things, because I'm a case scenario, I resigned. So do we have those from county government? Yes. On 9th February, if you go to Director Kanana, my file, you will find me cleared from 3 directorates, not 3, 4. The last person to clear me was Kanana, Director Human Resource, because I was offering, if I may call it, not department, and Director Muredi by then. So these 2 people, can you retrieve those clearances from those departments for us to be certain that they resigned?
But through the chair, Madam Chair.
Then Mheshimiwa, I think I'm not able to see up here. I can only see somebody smiling very hard. Yes, Mheshimiwa, that's what was it?
Yes, I was indicating that with the issues, actually, I believe I've handled the file when I was the acting county secretary. So we did not clear with it until just the other day.
Me?
Yes.
No.
He has appeared, I mean, you need to be, he has appeared before me when I was the county secretary on the same issue.
Madam Chair, you cannot buy for an elected post without having been duly clear. So was I lying last week? He's elected, I'm not nominated. I'm elected. There's no way IBC can accept you to buy for any post without proving that you are duly cleared and certified.
That is the true position. When she was from...
Madam Chair, my question was,
yes. I remember.
yeah. Maybe to paraphrase it, I heard Waziri saying that it was the resignation, those officers resigned when Mheshimiwa Mbunge said it is purported resignation. And Madam Chair would like to hear from Waziri. Then after those officers resigned, didn't you consider replacing those officers? Because the DG needed to have a driver, he needed to have a PA. Now tell us, if it's true they resigned, did you consider having them replaced?
Okay, thank you. I indicated that I'm not aware. It is as per the documents that it is indicating that they resigned. So it is not my statement that they resigned.
So they are receiving salaries.
It is as per the documents that I have been supplied now that indicates that they resigned.
So they are getting salaries to date.
In which case, please allow me to answer the question, Honorable Billy. In which case that if they resigned, then there is a procedure of replacing.
Are they getting the salary to date?
I am not aware. Given time, I can be able to establish, because I indicated initially when I appeared before this committee, I appeared to answer issues on these two letters. But these are questions that are way outside these two letters that I was called to discuss, to shed light on.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Mheshimiwa Jim, your hand has been up for question.
Was my question answered, Madam Chair? Was my question answered? You know, I think once you take a oath,
I attempted an answer, I believe.
He attempted to answer it.
but you know what he said, I met him in office, which I don't know even where his office is. He said that I was clearing, and because the CCTV footage is there, it can be driven if I went to his office, maybe to clear. We decided we went at the same day, and we were cleared to buy for the post. So I think this Bible should be.
One of you go to clear his office the same day.
We want to verify.
I thought you require a letter of resignation, not a clearance to buy.
Like the driver and also the PH said the same day.
Now, if yes, the offices of the Directorate of Human Resources and whatever, Madam Chair, it's a very crucial and we are live.
Yes.
So if yes, I went to his office. The process of resignation, those directorates of clearance, what they done to them?
You will answer that. Mheshimiwa Jim.
Now, thank you.
Mheshimiwa.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I wanted to be very fair to Waziri on the timelines of bringing the letter. Now that he seems to have a hectic day and we also have a busy day, I want him to request, because now this committee is an extension of the whole house and you know the powers of the house. I want him that we make a determination on the matter so that now we move forward, because now we'll have a lot of discussion around it. And I had a suggestion that we give them up to tomorrow by close of business, they give us the letter. My suggestion. And then we make a determination and move on. Thank you.
That's our proposal. We shall be discussing. Mheshimiwa Kempi is unreserved. And then from there we shall hear from Mheshimiwa Zipora. Mheshimiwa Grace, umekosa pahali ya kuketi? Mheshimiwa, you got to cry at some point. Where was the president? I hope you're not crying.
I want to read the mandate of this department. some of which is Department of Administration and Coordination of County Affairs in the county government. And one of the mandates, Madam Chair, is enforcing staff discipline and the code of ethics to ensure effective service delivery. This clearly falls under the department that the CECM, who is in front of us, ends. And he has completely refused to tell us the specific requirements and regulations that govern employee dismissal in Meru County. Therefore, unless he answers us on this matter, Madam Chair, I would take it as abdicating his responsibility. Thank you.
You hear that, Waziri?
I don't know, thank you, Chair. I don't know he's reading from where. And I don't know whether it is on record that I have refused to answer. Because that is, it's a grave allegations that is being made in open, and I can see that we that I have refused to answer.
Yes, you do.
I've been answering questions for the last 1 hour.
That maybe the question skipped him, he did not refuse.
Yes, Madam Chair, we asked the CCM what are the specific legal requirements and regulations that govern employees' dismissal in Meru County government.
Are you able to answer that?
What are the specific?
What are the specific legal requirements and regulations that govern employee dismissal in Meru County government?
The County Government Act. And we apparently do not have a human resource manual to guide on how employees' disciplinary issues are supposed to be dealt with.
You want to guide?
Yes, I want to guide our
CEC.
Yes.
I want to guide our CEC on that. And where is it? I want to guide the CEC. Thank you, Honorable Chair. And I would want to say that it is not true that there is no regulation governing the management of public service. There is a Human Resource Management Manual of 2016 that Waziri, having served in the county government of Meru since devolution, we have used in management of public service, and it is still in force. And it spells out the procedures that are supposed to be followed in recruitment, promotion, dismissal, and whatever. I used it personally when I was going for an early retirement to join politics. So I would want to guide Waziri to look at that manual. It is still in force, and it is the one that is used both by the national government and the county government to manage public service. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair.
Guidance in order?
Yes, I would like to respond to that. I would like to respond to that.
No, yes, where I was reading from, but it's okay. No.
Allow me to respond to that.
Yes.
The human resource manual that she's referring to, it is indicated in black and white that it operates, it guides the national government and its agencies. And the county government is not an agent of the national government. Okay. And I would love, probably we can even download that human resource manual. I'm going to read it.
Totally with Waziri, because the department that I worked, and that one can go into record. I worked in the last department that I worked was the Department of Culture, Youth and Social whatever. And I used to be the secretary for the Departmental Human Resource Committee, and I used to sign those minutes that used to be taken to the Public Service Board and the County Human Resource Committee, and we used to use the manual. So Waziri is right. It is used both by the county government and the national government, and I used to be the secretary of that committee.
I want to be allowed a chance to read the same.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Yes.
The Department of Public Administration and Coordination of County Affairs was formed to implement specific county government functions. The 4th schedule, Part 2 of the Kenya Constitution 2010 outlines the devolved functions to be performed by the department.
Yes.
I think I am clear up to that point.
You are clear to that.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
The constitution I'm quoting.
Before you respond, as you are responding, Waziri, as you are responding, I would wish to know, since we have a full-fledged department of human resource authority, when does it get its mandate?
Thank you.
Yes, so you can respond, then you can have
Thank you, Chair. I would love to read this Human Resource Policies and Procedures Manual for Public Service, May 2016. It's under the Public Service Commission. And this is what it reads in the preamble by the chairman. The policies will apply to the national government and other government agencies and will be updated from time to time to reflect policy changes affecting human resource management and development in the service.
Other government agencies includes?
A county government is not a government agency. It is a government by itself. It's referring to parastatos. Government agencies are parastatos.
This is to me, it's a little bit funny.
And well, at that, Chair, I would like to indicate that our County Public Service Board at the moment is in the process of preparing a human resource manual. They are in that process. It has not been finalized.
Is that point of information?
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Mine was more of a concern tied to what Mutoi said from Mutoi.
I think, Madam Chair, it is also a bit unfair for us to demand material here that we hadn't requested for ab initio. And again, Madam Chair, there's also the concern of we are relying on personal testimonies to verify credibility of whatever the witness is testifying on behalf of us, which again also maybe think it's a bit concerning, I stand guided. So I think things like we are requesting, like maybe the evidence of payment, we don't expect him to be carrying the payroll around with him. So, Madam Chair.
So we have that, we should attend. I also want to guide you a little bit.
Yes.
Because we came a little bit late.
Yes.
I want to guide you that we have verified the pay slips.
Yes.
For the same people that we talked about.
Yes.
And Waziri also, we asked him if it is okay with him to provide the same documents.
Yes.
That was just, and the same document that we are talking about is a copy of a resignation letter.
Yes.
That is supposedly in the file. You are not going to search
Yes.
for the file. And that's when Mheshimiwa Edeka was saying, was doubting if we can take 7 days to look for a file or a copy which is in a file somewhere. How efficient is that? The office running. So really, I don't think as this committee we are wrong in any way or the other, of which always we go by also the majority and the minorities. We can take a portion of that.
Yes.
As to when do we require to have that that document, so the committee can also decide which we are out of us. We are in this community. Where the offices are, we have people who are working in those relevant offices. We have Mheshimiwa Mbunge who gave us the different places yearned to sign out from. So,
yes, that was my concern, Chair, because even Murazi was giving the same remarks. Yes. He was actually not on oath, and he seemed to be testifying of the process of dismissal at the county level, Madam Chair. And I wasn't disputing what we were doing, Madam Chair. Mine was concerned on the timelines that we are demanding for the documents. It wasn't a disputing of the process. Mine was a concern of the timeframes, because when we agreed that maybe he has other responsibilities, which ours is also a priority, but Madam Chair, to be fair enough, can we, like normally we do to other procedures, can we extend sufficient times like he's requesting, so that at least he doesn't have an excuse of not giving us the information we require? Thank you.
And the sufficient time that I'm first moved about was today, and the committee felt that a period of 72 hours, not less than just 48 hours, was good enough for us to get those documents. And because there is a nature of the document, we are not asking for anything to be written. It's just a retrieval of a document that might not take. And one of the members who was saying just a phone call to send a phone call. You send a phone call, it is sufficient enough to give us that letter. Unless that letter is being cooked, that is when now we can have 7 days or something. But as long as that letter is in the files, then we privilege when Honorable Weshua can, it is very easy to get that letter, unless I'm informed otherwise. And because I don't want us to go to that, over that discussion, we shall take a question on terms of the members. How many feel that that time is sufficient or not, by show of hand? I want to ask the question before, so that we dismiss that issue and relate to this. How many of us feel that we can have that letter today? How many? No, I said today first, because that was mine. Only 2 for today. How many feel that tomorrow COB is sufficient? I mean, how many are certain accounts, the clerks can assist. So a majority are doing that. How many feel 7 days? Yes. 7 days. Sawa. Okay. Tomorrow is the day.
Yes.
And we proceed and we have rested that matter. No, we can go to any other question. Any other concern before I take the other matter? Mheshimiwa Ali, your hand was up. We want to dispense this matter so that Mheshimiwa Waziri can go to the other committee meeting.
People are here saying that they didn't resign. Then we have purported resignation letters. It's all about morality, Bwana Waziri. And the last one now, there's a lot of concern around to the persons that we've interacted with. The people are signing 2 letters. You're given an appointment letter, then the resignation letter. Then this resignation letter, once you are in bank books with the ruling government, the resignation letter now is produced against your will. Now, as a legal mind now, Bwana Waziri, do you think it is right on the issues that you are dealing here, on basis of morality, if it were you, now, a letter is being produced that you resigned, you didn't resign, don't we have even the legal repercussions on the same? And lastly, you being the CEC, if you find all these things to be true, that something happened, what action would you take as the CEC, Public Service and Administration?
If you can respond to that briefly, and members, United Tapa, yes, you combine.
Okay. Mine is on a different one. When you came in, you told us that we asked you whether you are aware of the DG's office being relocated to Annex, and you told us you are aware. Can you please tell this committee the procedures of relocating a government office from one office to another?
Okay, thank you. On the issue of morality, we may not agree on what is moral, and morality is just a question of own self-assessment. So I really don't want to delve onto that. What might be moral to you may not be moral to me. But a question of law is that when there is someone who has resigned, I mean, if there is a resignation letter, then it has to be acted upon. As to whether someone is supposed to resign, sign a resignation letter and an appointment letter at the same time, that is not regular. I think it's upon us to ask those parties that are here whether they signed the resignation letters at the time that they were being appointed. Then if they did so, that is the case. On the other issue as to the procedures of relocating government offices, I don't think that there is any law that prescribes that. I'm not aware. I've not seen one.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My question is just a simple question on the officers that resigned, and I would want to hear from Waziri, those officers who resigned, who are their supervisors. You can tell us, this committee, who is their supervisor, the two officers that resigned. Number two, in public service, when you are resigning or writing a communication, you do it through your supervisor. The person who supervises you is the one who forwards that letter to the relevant office. I would want you to tell us if the persons who resigned wrote the resignation letter through the supervisors, because honorable members will note that we also have staff members that work in our offices, and every time the staff is being addressed, is always addressed through you, and that's a standard practice in public service. Maybe the supervisor has already said that he is not aware of the resignation. And now somebody tells us the officers have resigned. They resigned through who? And how was that letter addressed? Because in public service, Madam Chair, the standard practice, even me when I was applying for honorary retirement, I applied through my supervisor, my immediate supervisor, who acknowledged, who accepted and forwarded the letter to the relevant offices. So, Waziri, maybe you can, the chair will get the letter, but can you tell us who is the supervisor who forwarded these documents to the relevant body and the like, because those are the standard procedures in public service.
Thank you so much. I also want to protect Wakili a little bit. He said that he is not even aware that people who resigned, and we have just told him right now that there are some people who have resigned, so he's not very much aware. But maybe on general, maybe he can be able to tell us who are the immediate supervisors in your case, from the who are the immediate supervisors of the driver and also the PA, generally.
Thank you, Chair. I may not be able to tell with the accurate precision who their immediate supervisors are. Like, I'm able to establish that.
Okay. You would be able to establish that. So, I mean, which is the normal way?
Sorry?
In a normal situation. In a normal situation.
At times we do not work in those normal situations, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Not only thank you.
Thank you.
Ask a normal question now.
Let me try to be
normal.
To ask normal questions, Bwana Waziri.
Thank you.
Now, mine will be quick ones. One, who should issue appointment letters to staff in the office of the governor? Of the governor and the deputy governor.
The appointment letters?
Yes, who should issue the appointment letters to those to the office of the governor and that of the deputy governor? Because essentially the office of the governor carries both.
It depends. Those letters can come from the County Public Service Board, the CEO, or the county secretary if he has been designated in that role.
So it can either be the
or any other officer that has been designated in the role.
Number two.
On the same, is it illegal? Is it illegal for the chief of staff to have written those letters?
No, I don't see the illegality there.
But you have said now they can only come from two offices.
I've seen any other officer that might be designated.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So is the chief officer designated to write appointment letters?
I am not aware at the moment.
You are not aware from
yes.
where you are sitting?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Now.
Thank you. Ask.
Sorry?
Who designates? You say anyone who is designated.
The responsibility.
Who designates?
The County Public Service Board can designate that role.
Even to the chief officer.
Yes.
Are you aware that whether the chief officer was designated by the service for to write the letter?
I have indicated that I am not aware, but as per the law, the County Public Service Board can designate. That is in the County Governments Act.
Can designate the role to anybody?
To the county secretary or a chief officer or any officer of that rank.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think I like your statement to the chief officers, not to the chief of staff.
Or any other officer of that rank.
Okay.
Yes, that is where the chief of staff falls.
The next question, I think we will handle that when writing the report. Number 2, you admitted, Bwana Wakili and Waziri, that the county government of Meru and the County Public Service Board operates without a human resource management manual. Are you once again admitting that we are operating without one?
Yes.
So then everything that has been done in the human resource and handling of public servants, can we term it as illegal?
No.
Because again, there is no law guiding
The fact
as to
that
how they operate.
Thank you. The fact that there is no law guiding it does not mean that the county government doesn't have to run.
And has it been having that problem since devolution?
Yes.
So there has not been any human resource management manual in Meru County since inception?
There hasn't, and that is why I indicated that the County Public Service Board has been in the process. In fact, the last time we had a meeting with them, which is less than 2 weeks ago, indicated that the manual was ready, even before the previous regime. It has been ready. They have been waiting for a moment. They can sit with the county government, that is the executive, so that they analyze it. Yes. Sorry? Essentially, it should be under the County Government Act. Yes. But there is no human resource manual, and that is why it was not even possible to pin down. For instance, the previous regime, the government of Kiraito, they worked with chief officers for over 3 years, whereby they were is entrenched in law that you can be able to tell that you are in breach of this particular provision.
Okay, now that you are on record saying that, that's all we needed to hear from you. And
Thank
then
you.
the last one, our good Waziri, you are aware about the reorganization of offices, you know, of the governor now, that which even affected the deputy governor.
Yes, I'm aware.
You are aware?
Yes.
And when the deputy governor appeared before this committee last week, he said that you currently occupy the office that was his. Is that true?
And by coincidence, it is.
No, is it by coincidence or by the reorganization that was made?
By reorganization, and
That was
coincidentally
made.
that I'm here to respond to the questions that he raised to the allegation.
So you agree that you are the one occupying that office?
Yes.
Now that you provide legal advice, I assume you're supposed to provide legal advice. Did you advise that that move was, perhaps according to my understanding, was wrong for the following reasons? One, that office, when the office was built, it was specially, Bwana Wakili, designed for the office of the deputy governor with specifications that befits the honor of that office. Number two, Bwana Wakili, that office was put almost next to, or perhaps next to, the office of the governor for effective communication, deliberations, consultation. That office was perhaps designed so that the governor and the deputy governor don't have to move long distances, and you'll agree with me even if you have visited most of county government executive arms, you will find the office of the governor and that of the deputy governor are always almost tied together for the reasons I have mentioned. Did you even advise that that move perhaps was not an appropriate move, even before you occupied the office that your boss previously occupied? Thank you.
Thank you. You know, you first of all made a presumption that it was wrong. You've moved me to that presumption that it is wrong, and then you moved on that presumption and you wanted me to advise that it is wrong. It was not wrong. The office that the current deputy governor is occupying is the office that was occupied by the former governor, Kiraito Mbunge. It is the office that was occupied by the first governor, Governor Munya. And it is an office that depicts that stature of a deputy governor or even a governor.
Bwana Waziri, sorry to take you back to my explanation.
Just before
when
that,
the county, sorry Chair Kidogo, when the county government decided to construct and do the kind of offices that were done on the other side where now you're seated, that office, they vacated those old offices because again, they found they were not befitting the nature of the office of the governor and the nature of the office of the deputy governor. That is why the new offices were constructed and the governor and the deputy governor moved to those offices. When the deputy governor actually appeared here, because you said you did not even see the proceedings, even when the PA appeared here, perhaps you also didn't see the proceedings. They said the current office, and they have even written correspondences complaining of not having sufficient space, even for the PA, sufficient space, even for the office administrator and other officers that are assigned to that office, Bwana Waziri. Now, when you tell us that that office befits the nature and the stature of the deputy governor, Waziri, I want to tell you honestly, you're wrong, because there are even letters complaining of insufficient space. And even the county, there's a letter that was sent complaining and there was a response. Perhaps I can read, if you don't mind, both of them. The first one is organization of the office of the governor. Reference is made to internal memo, that one, dated 30th August 2023 from the office of the chief of staff, reorganizing various departments in respect to the offices that they occupy. My office, that is the deputy governor now, my office was moved to the county government headquarters annex, formerly Meru municipality offices. the office that the deputy governor has been moved into is not sufficient to execute my constitutional duties, that is the deputy governor. For efficiency in service delivery, the people of Meru, I request for additional offices for the following purposes. 1, office space for the secretariat team, office space for the personal assistant, and waiting room or holding area for the guests. Thanks in advance, signed Honorable Reverend Isaac Mutuman Twetinge. And here is the response from Waziri. Office of the County Secretary and Head of Public Service to the Deputy Governor. Your memo, reference number of the above subject matter refers. Kindly note that we have an acute shortage of offices, and now you move to that office, but there is an acute shortage. However, as you may be aware, your office is the largest. Your office is the largest in terms of floor area, and can be modified to create more space to facilitate you in execution of your constitutional mandate. Kindly, Your Excellency, if it pleases you, our Directorate of Office Accommodation will be available to make the adjustments as you require. Regards, Dr. Kambi JT Averu, PhD, County Secretary and Public Service. So that is why, Bwana Waziri, we refer to these matters, telling you, you would have advised that perhaps before moving the deputy governor to that block, they check whether where they are moving the deputy governor, that space befits the nature and the office.
Thank you. But that was not a cabinet decision. It's at the cabinet level that when such a decision probably is being made, that I'm in a position as the CEC in charge of legal affairs to advise. 2, I don't wish to doubt the sentiments of the county secretary. That office is big in terms of space.
It is the largest.
It is the largest.
You can confirm it is the largest?
Yes, I can confirm that without a shadow.
It is larger than that of the governor?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Wow,
I would love you to visit there.
It's so much love for our deputy then.
Okay, thank you. I think let's not discuss that, but I wanted to inform Waziri, maybe can be zipping some water before as we finish.
Yeah, I actually thought it's a punishment. I don't have water.
On powers of the County Public Service Board to make appointments. I'm saying this in reference to the person that you say can be able to do the appointment. It says, except as provided for in the Constitution or legislation, the County Public Service Board has power to make appointments, including promotions in respect of the offices in the County Public Service. 2, the power of the County Public Service Board under subsection 1 shall be exercised at the request of the relevant county chief officer of the department to which the appointment is made. B is a article 11, and C, on the County Public Service Board's own motion on account of best interest of the county public service and parity of treatment of public officers, taking into account of the circumstances in each case. So maybe on this, I don't want us to discuss on this so much, but there is nowhere, it's quite clear on who can be able to sign this according to this.
But
so let's not discuss this.
I would want to also refer you to the Transition Authority Act, there was a schedule. As much as that act was repealed, there was a schedule that prescribes on how the staff under the office of the governor are supposed to be recruited. Thank you.
Okay. Ale. And we are finishing, eh?
Yeah, I have a question, but in regard to the deputy governor, I want to understand from that question. Because according to 179(2) of the Constitution of Kenya, the deputy governor is a substantive member of the deputy executive committee. So, Wasiri, being one of the advisors of the governor on matters the cabinet, yes, being one of the advisors to the governor on matters the cabinet, we've had complaints from the deputy governor that he has not been invited for several meetings. And the Constitution states that he is a substantive member. He should be there. Substantive, I think, if I'm guided, means that he is an important member of the executive. What can you say? Have you advised the governor lately on what has been your advice on that matter? Because he should be attending the executive meetings.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. On that, I believe I mean it's the law. The deputy governor is a member of the county executive committee, and if there are any meetings that are supposed to be held, then the deputy governor should be invited. I'm aware that, and I have sat in meetings where the deputy governor was in the county executive committees. I have sat in such cabinet meetings. So, yes,
A number of them.
not a number, I think 2 or 3. Yes. No apologies? Yes.
That was the question, yes. Madam Chair.
Sorry?
The question was... Okay.
Yeah, you know, after such a complaint came out, we have had one cabinet meeting. And I have seen, that's on, by my own eyes, a letter inviting the deputy governor to that cabinet meeting. The previous one that we discussed about the El Nino, and the deputy governor never attended. Yes. Sorry? Yes. I can be able to retrieve it. Yes, I can. It's the county secretary. Okay. Yes.
So you have a letter and you have seen a letter to the deputy?
Yes.
You have a copy of it?
I can be able to get it, probably. Probably, yes.
Was this up with it?
That letter has been received. By a stamp from the office of the deputy governor.
You have a copy of it? So let you supply us with it.
Thank you.
How normally does invitations on cabinet meetings happen? Is it always through letters or emails or through text messages? Because, for example, in this committee on our committee, we normally have our class write messages to us so that the authority on this particular day, the committee is meeting on the following reasons.
Yes.
So, does the county secretary always invite you to executive, to cabinet meetings through letters that you must also receive, must be received by your staff and signed? Is that the mode of operation always in all the cabinet meetings that are happening? Are they always by invitations by through letters, or they can be invitations through text messages, through phone calls, through emails, and stuff like that?
Or maybe WhatsApp.
Or even through WhatsApp, because there was an allegation.
Are you aware that the deputy governor is not on or was removed the official WhatsApp pages of the cabinet?
Thank you. We do not have an official page of the cabinet.
You can confirm you don't have an official
Yes, I
page?
can confirm. We
Okay.
do not have an official page of the cabinet.
Since
From when I came to I joined the county government.
You don't have a WhatsApp?
We do not have an official WhatsApp group for the cabinet. That is the question. That
Do
is
you
the
have
answer.
any WhatsApp group? Then let it not to be official. Do you have an WhatsApp group for the cabinet members?
don't have.
Where only cabinet members are there?
No, we don't have.
Okay.
No, we don't have.
And some
There is one
county
for.
There's no WhatsApp group whatsoever.
No, there are WhatsApp groups, but not the ones that you've listed.
Zile messages za WhatsApp.
There is one for the admins, ward admins, and I'm in that group by virtue of the fact that I'm the CEC in charge of public service, and the ward admins fall under that department. Yes. There is another one for chief officers and CECs.
Are you aware that the deputy government supplied this with screenshots of your WhatsApp? For the
Sorry?
executive, that you are denying that is in existence?
I would love to see them because it doesn't exist.
So
And I'm saying this under oath.
The deputy governor led the committee.
I don't know. I don't want to take the question for the deputy governor. I'm saying this under oath. There is no WhatsApp group for the cabinet.
That's very interesting.
But you did not answer my question as to the mode of communication.
Yes.
Is it always through letters?
No,
Always through letters that must be received? Because on this specific issue, you say you have seen a letter that has even been received. So if you come to your office because you're also part of the cabinet, Waziri,
Thank you.
do
You
you
asked
always,
the question. Allow me
the-
to answer because you are now helping me to answer.
Yes.
There is a schedule of cabinet meetings. We usually have a schedule of the meetings when we expect the meeting. And if there is a need that arises in between, before our next cabinet meeting, then there is a communication through the letters that there will be a certain meeting.
So it's always through letters.
No, I have answered. I have told you that there is a schedule.
There is a schedule.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I think
So do you have regular cabinet meetings?
Sorry?
Do you have regular, weekly cabinet meetings that are predictable? You know this, the date meeting?
And yeah, that's the schedule that I was talking about.
So you mean, what is the regularity? How regularly do you meet?
I think once monthly. I may not be able to tell with precision, but
You are CEC.
yes,
You can't
I am.
be thinking, you know, when you meet.
No, I don't know. I have not committed to my mind the dates.
No, I'm asking about the schedule of meetings for the cabinet. Are they monthly
I think
or weekly?
I think monthly. They are not weekly.
You think, or you are sure they are monthly?
I'm not sure
You are not sure?
Yes.
And you are a member of the cabinet?
because I have not committed that to my mind.
I think you should resign from the cabinet.
I think we want to end, please, we want to end. Time is not on our side.
Mheshimiwa Morris has a burning thing. Mheshimiwa Morris has a burning thing in a very short while. And as he takes it up, we would want some commitment that the CEC legal office is not aware of some pages here, especially one written that government 012. And apparently, I can see Advocate MUNENE, Anthony, he's a member.
I'm aware of that page, but it is not a cabinet. The question was, it was very clear. I think this is in record.
Yes.
The question was whether there is a cabinet WhatsApp group. I have responded to it precisely that there is no cabinet WhatsApp group. That one it's indicated the third government. It is not a cabinet WhatsApp group.
And Wakili, we proceeded to ask you.
It exists.
And we proceed.
Yes, I am.
So they are not members of the government.
Sorry?
Who are the big members of the government?
Some chief officers, others CCs. Yes, such. But they're not members, not specifically for members of the cabinet.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir, Maurice, you are sorted?
Yeah, through chair. I've under Wasiri saying that the communications are made by letter, and I wonder who is supposed to deliver those letters, since your letter was delivered to you, the NGUGI letter was delivered to his office. How comes that you know that the letter was delivered to Deputy Governor?
Sorry?
I'm wondering, since you have a different office from that of DG, your letter was delivered to you. Another letter was dropped to the DG.
Yes.
How sure are you, or when did you see the letter of DG?
Because I attended the meeting, the cabinet meeting, and 2 members of that cabinet meeting were not present. To be precise, the DG was not present, and the CEC in charge of finance was not present. So I don't want to spill the contents of the meeting here, but I'm aware.
It's okay. Mheshimiwa Bioki,
Yeah.
will be the last, and then you ask for
Waziri, can you tell us whether you are really in charge, you're independently in charge of your department, or you are subject to manipulations from some other quarters?
We do not work independently.
Mheshimiwa Secretary, you have not spoken, you'll be the last to give a...
Unisalimie. Usiniulize maswali, unisalimie.
Yeah, we are adding some letter that was also in our docket. There's a letter for the cabinet meetings that was the original letter that we have was addressed to the CECs, but was not addressed to the deputy governor. So, but we shall be able to maybe to address that as a committee at a later date. Mheshimiwa Sekondina?
Yes, Chair. Thank you very much. Chair, you give me permission to just say again about all what we do here. Let me take this opportunity to say thank you, our CC, for honoring the invite, and you've really given us some insights, and I believe in a way or the other as a committee we will be able to come up with a comprehensive report which can be used to which you can use to govern this county of ours, and I wish you all the best in office. I believe what you have given us, because you are under oath, is a new reflection of what happens in the office of the governor, you being the advisor of the governor on legal matters. So I believe what you have told us will really help us, and I wish you well as you do your job. And as a committee, we are happy, and thank you for coming and responding to us, the questions we've asked you. Otherwise, thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chair. Chair Caucus, Asante. Thank you, Waziri, for your time. I think we have had a good deliberation. I'm sure you have also joined our conversation. In case of anything else, we shall always call upon your office to assist us with more information. And since this is your committee, this is your committee in the other hand. So tuko kitu moja, tunakutana once in a while, tunaongea mambo yetu, because you are our CEC. Sawa sawa.
Thank
So
you.
asante sana. And members, asanteni. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, we have concluded this, Mheshimiwa. You want to escort him?
I'm saying something, not just saying something.
Yes.
I wonder, the whole cabinet, they don't have what's happening. But as the groups, women groups have it seems that there is something wrong. So you have to ask that one.
They will form one from here.
We will consider that recommendation. Thank you.
Be one of the honorable members.
AJ.